it's Friday, and here I am. Bess and Daisy are here from You Create Art at Home, ready to bring you a really nice quick mini make, which is going to be making a bouquet of flowers for Mum for Mother's Day this weekend. So what you'll need for this is you'll need some scissors, you'll need some texture pens or felt tip pens. We'll use these ones here today. Whatever you've got at home. You'll need a selection of cards. And look, I'm going to use green for the bottom of our bouquet of flowers. But if you haven't got green, remember what you can do. You can make your own colour by using crayon on top of the plain white paper. Or you can use some of your painted paper. So do you remember we've been using up all of our supplies, creating our painted paper that we can use for anything. So we'll use some of this as well today. If you haven't seen, let me just borrow that, Daisy. If you haven't seen my video on painted paper, then have a look. This is the box that I have at the studio. These are my these are my painted paper pieces. Then in here I have tiny little bags of mosaic-y bits already trimmed off. So whenever I do any collaging, I always sort it through. The bigger pieces are in bigger envelopes, the smaller pieces are in smaller envelopes, and then this is my painted paper ready for collaging, and I keep it in one of these IKEA tubs. So if you want to organise yourself, it just means that when you come to any activities like this, you've got stuff already. So in here, look, I've got purple, green, orange, so if we need anything else today, we've got it to hand really easily. Pass that back to you, Daisy. Okay.
You're also going to need sticky tape.
Also going to need sticky tape and a stapler might be handy. There we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is create the kind of the base of the flower bouquet. And that's really easy. I'm going to use this large piece of green. So if you don't have a large piece of green, what could you do? Well, you could use a piece of cardboard from a cereal box and you could colour it in. You could paint it using some watercolours and make it green. You could use fabric instead. So you can have a look at home and see what you've got. Maybe you've got some gift wrap. And although gift wrap is really thin, you could double layer it, or you could stick it on the cardboard like a cereal box.
To make it patterns or whatever.
Yeah. So there's loads of ways around. I obviously have a piece of green here. Or if you've got a chance tomorrow, perhaps you can ask Mum to pop into the local shops, into Kmart or Bargain City or something like that, and you can get a couple of sheets, and then you can tell her that you're making a surprise for Sunday. This isn't going to be a surprise for me. Because I'm making it. Alright, so we want a nice big rectangle piece. I don't know if this is going to be too big, but I'm hoping this is the size I've got. We're going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to ask Daisy, now if I use a pen and I draw the lines, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm just going to draw the lines like this to show you where you're going to cut. If you've ever done a Chinese lantern, Daisy, you can start cutting if you like. If you've ever made a Chinese lantern, it's a similar process to that. So you want to cut down, but you don't want to cut down to the bottom. You just want to cut down, and so that's why I've done the line. And if you think it's easier, do a line. I'll do this side. We'll meet in the middle, shall we? So it's pretty exciting on the news today, isn't it? Why is that?
Restrictions have been released again.
They are.
Well, not released, but like...
The restrictions are being lifted. So Australia is slowly coming out, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. Re-emerging to a new day. It's going to be a better life for us all, I think. Let's make hand washing an absolute critical must for everybody. Like lots and lots of it. And then we won't get sick so much. Maybe we won't have colds and things.
I doubt.
Awesome. So then, Daisy, what I'm going to suggest is you can either use sellotape, sticky tape, or a stapler. And can you just seal a couple of them along there for me?
Yes.
If you're doing a stapler, it's always easier to use the table and push against the table. A bit harder. Come on, show me your muscles. That's it. No, that's not hard enough. Right, go right across. You don't need them that close. That's it. Better. Now we're showing off. Now we've got super muscles. She's done PE today, you see. And last one in the corner. No, right towards the end. That's it. Okay. And that's just to help us as we roll it up. And we're going to roll it up like this, and we want to try and create a roll. So I'm going to ask you to do it, since it's for Mother's Day. She's my daughter. Just in case you didn't know.
You can't tell.
So you don't have to roll it up super tight. Good job. And this is going to be the basis of our bouquet. Keep going. That's all right. So I think that long is, I mean, that's the sheet of one of the size of one of those sheets that you get if you buy them in a stationery shop. That is the size of it. Okay, so then we're going to get some sticky tape. And I'm just going to stick it shut. Okay, and then you peel back these parts. And you should be able to spin it a little bit inside so that you can change the direction of where the leaves pop out. So just enough. So these are kind of like the inside of our bouquet. We're going to do some other shaped leaves in a minute. That's looking good, isn't it? All right, we'll put that to one side. Now, Daisy, what we're going to do...
Vegetable.
It's like a vegetable. It's like a broccoli. Give your mum a broccoli for Mother's Day. Okay, what we're going to do is make some flowers. Okay? So we're going to get... I'm going to use a black pen to start off with. I'm going to draw my flower shape, and you can do whatever flower shape you want. Now, if you're clever, I don't know why I just did that. It's one of my pet hates, is drawing right.
I was about to do it in the corner of my
I know, because I always tell my students off when they draw it right in the middle. But if you fold it over like this, and then if I cut it out really tight to the lines, and then I can cut two at a time, and I make two flowers at the same time. Smart, eh?
No. Yeah, it is. I spent most of the day making a laser course.
Daisy spent most of the day doing a class for school where she had to make a laser course. Well,
using string.
A pretend laser course. It wasn't with real lasers, but it's very creative. And she had to use, I only had wool at home, so we ought to put it up online actually. Maybe that would be quite a good hack to put on to make the, wouldn't that be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to make it again? No. She's like, no. Basically, you get string and you basically put it in lots of different directions and create a kind of obstacle course to run in.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but it takes a long time.
It does take
well, if you make it like really intricate.
All right, so now I'm just going around the outside of my flowers with the black marker to make them stand out. You are. And then I'm going to do a centre for my flowers. Just grab a glue stick. And you can do whatever you want. So you can put glitter on them, you can write patterns, you can write messages to your mum, you can... there's my flower. I'm going to go a black line around the outside of that as well to make it stand out. So that's one flower. And I might do yellow, seeing as Daisy's got a bit of yellow there. You could put buttons in the inside. You could write secret message, couldn't you? That would be quite nice. Ooh. If you wanted to use pattern paper, then you can use pattern paper.
Oh, wow.
So I got two plain flowers. My next flower I'm going to do is light blue. Excuse me, Daisy. I'm going to go for a different shape this time. So I'm going to draw my shape out. Going for more of a kind of tulipy shape. Like that. And this one obviously doesn't have a centre, but I'm going to give it some stamen, which are those bits that stick out from a flower. The fluffy bits that the bumblebees like.
In the centre.
Yeah. So there's one. Just going to black line round this one. Nice, gorgeous.
And then let's do orange inside.
An orange, yeah.
Done orange flower.
So I'm going to use some of this beautiful printed paper that we did. This is from a lovely make that I did on, yeah, it was on making marbled paper with shaving foam. So it's gorgeous. You just use regular shaving foam and food colouring, and you swirl it with we used a barbecue skewer, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
You swirl a pattern and you lay the paper down, and then it just gives you this beautiful, beautiful coloury effect.
And you can also use it on fabric. We made flags out of it.
We did. So I'm just doing a lovely little pattern in the front of my flower there. I'm going to stick them up a bit higher so they look like they're popping out from inside. So I've got those flowers there. Where's my other orange flower gone? There. Daisy's done a yellow one.
This one has dots in it.
That one's got dots. Let's do some pattern on this one, shall we, Daisy, to give a bit of pattern?
Yeah.
And then let's do one final couple of flowers. I'm going to use this paper here. In fact, I'm going to cut that shape out as one flower. So I'm just going to go around the shape that I've done, like a big sunflower or a big geranium. And because it's already nice, so because it's already got a pattern, all I'm going to use is I'm going to use my black pen to create some petal shapes.
I might.
You want to do another one?
No, can I have this? Do some petals.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Daisy's going to do some extra detailing on the leafy part.
We'll try and make it more.
Petal, I should say, not leaf.
Petal, yeah.
Okay, so there's our flowers, and then when you're ready and you've got your flowers, you get your stapler, or you can use sticky tape, and you start putting them on your bouquet. So let's put this big one right at the top. Yep, I'm going to use the stapler. And then we'll put a little yellow one down here. And can you see I'm just bending it so that it droops downwards. And you can decide, once you start putting the flowers on, you can decide, does it need more, does it need less, you know, you can put on as many as you want.
That looks good.
You could be creative and put a little bumblebee or a butterfly on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So I'm going to bend that one upwards so it sits up. Okay, orange one, Daisy. We'll bend that down so it goes downwards. We want it to be all the way round. Do you want to make a butterfly out of that for me?
Yep. I'm actually drawing back.
This one we'll put up like this. I think this is a lovely, easy little make for you kids to do. I think your mums would love it. And, you know, you can use up all the scraps of paper that you've been collecting. And you get this lovely little three-dimensional bouquet. Can I use your orange one? Oh, I like what you've done to your orange one. That's really nice. You don't like it?
No, it looks hairy.
Hairy. We've got a hairy flower.
That's why I didn't do it.
Look at that. Looks so cute. Daisy's going to do us a little butterfly. And I am going to do just a couple couple of other type leaves. So I'm going to use this green, and I am going to get a really long strip, and a really long strip, and a really long strip. Woo. And I'm going to bend, use a pen, and I'm going to roll the green round and round the pen. Roll, 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 roll. Nice and tight. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, when I pull this out, I should get a nice spirally piece of green. Like that. And then you can add that, and it looks like a nice little leafy tendril.
That's kind of what you do with ribbon.
Ribbons, that's right. So stick that on with some sticky tape. I'll make another one. You could do this in different colours if you like, couldn't you? You could do it in like a yellowy or pale green.
Just to make it different to the stem.
Yep. Okay, roly, roly, roly. Give it a good squeeze and then open it up. This is a brilliant one. I reckon even dads could manage this with their kids. Don't you reckon, Daisies?
Yeah.
I don't think it's tricky. I think it's fabulous. You could put it on a nice breakfast tray in the morning. Lovely. So where, should we put him on the back of that flower? Because there's nothing on that flower. So, yeah. Glue it to the back of the flower. Then it looks like he's hovering on the flower. And there's one more tendril, which I'll put there. And then I'm just thinking that it'd be really nice to have a bit round the cover the base. So I'm going to use some of this lovely colour. There's our butterfly. Do you want to put some eyes on him?
Yeah. And then segment that.
Beautiful. Alright, so I'm just going to use that lovely piece of painted paper just across the bottom. Looks like it's being wrapped by a florist now. And it just hides all of the staples and things like that. Pull it nice and tight. And there we've got our beautiful three-dimensional bouquet of flowers, which I think any mum would love. It looks amazing. You could write a little message. Dear Mum, thank you for being so
amazing.
And
Beautiful.
And
I love you.
And
Happy Mother's Day.
There you go. What more can you want? We'll see you at 4 o'clock for our quick draw, and then at 5 o'clock we have our little creative creations, but it's not very three-dimensional. It's a bit more of a drawing-y thing today. All right, see you later.